Today we're going to talk a little bit about everything. We're going to talk a little bit
Love,
about
money, party.
Love, money, party.
You know, people know this song, right?
It goes like this. Party ain't nothing but a party when you party every day and ain't nothing but a party. Love is nothing but love when you love every day.
Love, money, party.
Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I think I'm good. Welcome, guys.
Oh my God. I'm just sitting here. She's on her phone. I'm sitting here just in silence, like
Ready.
Hey. I was like, when is it going to stop? I don't know if you're being serious or what
I
you were
was
doing.
kind of being serious because I didn't decide if I was going to have my mic turned up or not.
Were you deciding on if your vocal cords are ready too?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do.
I hope you're going to YouTube and watching because my hair is massive today. Hope that hurt your ears.
And we're continuing to update our studio. I get in here, Sid fucking updated the shit out of it. It looks amazing. We're no longer doing our big long desk in front now. We just have little side chairs and our little
It's actually nice.
orange chairs.
And you're not going to hear our like shit touching the table.
Yeah.
You're not going to like have us moving this as much because these are like nice microphone stands that are like out of the way.
Inspired.
What are those? Are those sunglasses or what are those?
Yeah, sunglasses.
Oh, I was like, can I put them on or no?
Yeah.
Are they cute?
Well, here's the story. By the way,
Give
the
it to
studio
me.
inspired by Morgan from Two Outtakes. Go listen to the episode because I just listened today and it was fucking great. She literally did everything from hustle culture, really good tips to like entrepreneur, creator, all the way to like how to have your first orgasm. It was like, I just loved it. That episode, I thought it was amazing. So those are my sunglasses that are half sunglasses.
What does that mean?
It means they don't actually like do anything because they're cut in half.
Oh, weird. And you'd think that the lip would be on the top so that it kept out this light, but it's on the
No.
bottom. Okay.
So they're just for looks because I lost all of my sunglasses besides this pair.
What do you mean? Where? Where'd you lose your shit?
In the ocean, in my backpack.
On your trip.
Yeah, but then that's why I also only buy Amazon sunglasses because I had like 7 pairs at home and this is the only pair I can find right now.
Where's your shit?
I don't
Oh,
fucking
do you have my
know.
swimsuit?
I do. It's
Oh
in
my God,
it's
yes.
in my
Okay, we
backpack.
won't forget. Oh my God, okay,
It's in my
good.
backpack.
Wait, tell me about your trip. You're scaring me
My
today.
mouth still tastes like shit from that cucumber I just ate.
Really? Yeah, my
Can
breath
you
is a little stinky.
Tell them about your snack you've been eating.
Okay, so I was walking through the aisles of Target and I saw the infamous Crunch chili oil. And I know we've all seen the TikToks. I think her name is, she was a winner of The Bachelor with Matt. Do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Brooke? Sarah?
I actually have no idea.
Jimmy, whatever her name is. She's really cute. Anyway, Rachel, that's her name.
Oh.
Rachel. She makes this like famous dip and it went viral on TikTok.
Is it
It's not a dip,
Is
sorry,
it
it's a
fly by
salad.
zing or fly by jing? Is that what it's called?
The sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And basically it's cucumbers chopped up and then it's little tiny bell peppers chopped up. I hate bell peppers. That's a fun fact about me.
Really? I eat them like
hate 'em.
I eat them like apples.
No, they taste weird.
Are you kidding?
No, if they're in rice, it's like cilantro to me. Like if it's in rice, all I can taste is that. But anyway,
I'm
I added
shocked.
onions, like little, like red onion, and then I added beets. I've been eating beets like there's no tomorrow.
Wait,
I've been
me
eating
too.
beets like I live on a farm and I live in the dirt and I don't wear shoes and I don't even know what TV is. That's how many beets I've been eating. I'm not kidding.
Is your poop red?
I haven't been looking.
Wait, you don't. Okay.
Sometimes I don't make eye contact with my poop
Wait.
because it scares me.
I have like a real
I do
question
look
and
at
I
it.
want like a genuine answer. Like
Okay.
Very candid.
Okay.
Do you look at your poop before you flush it?
I give it like a quick, like, oh, one-eyed, like, oh, it's there. Okay, good to see you. Bye. Down it goes.
Okay, what
because I don't know.
What about, do you look at the toilet paper after you wipe?
You have to because you cannot ever be so sure that you got it all.
Yeah.
Period. End
So
of
you
story.
haven't noticed any redness because of the beets?
Not necessarily, no.
Some of y'all are just already
They're
like,
like,
tuned
bye
out.
bye. Good to see you guys. Good to meet you here.
Trigger
I'm
warning
leaving.
after
There's
we
a little
talked about
turd.
poop. Sorry.
Okay, tell me about your trip.
I feel like we were going somewhere with that, but I don't
I don't
remember.
know.
Anyways, that sounds like an amazing snack.
The meal.
It was
we
really
were worried about the poop.
Yeah, it was really spicy.
It is hot. The sauce it's surprisingly very hot. I didn't have any ginger dressing. You're supposed to add that. You're supposed to have everything but the bagel seasoning. And then you mix it all in there. And it's a really good salad. And honestly, everyone's like, I want to eat it as a snack. I'm like, no, it's like a side of a meal because it's so spicy. I guess you could have it as a snack. It's not very, filling, I guess, but whatever.
Do you like
Do
my
your
hair?
thing.
Do you like my hair behind?
Let me see. Turn towards me.
No,
I can't tell. No, I don't think so. All right.
I'm just
Take a tendril out. Yeah.
Take a slut strand out.
There you go.
I'm just pausing this whole episode because
Your BeReal went off?
yeah, my BeReal went off and I realized I looked like a potato.
No, you don't. Anywho, that's my new snack.
My trip was great. I'm glad. That was a good thing to share because it was good. I just can't do spice. So I'd have to I think I would have to tone it down a little bit.
I try to watch those there's like the ninja ice cream maker thing right now. We got that. And then there's like these types of things. Like
did you get
meals.
those? I bet Jordan ordered it right away.
Which one? The Fairlifes?
No, the Ninja. The Ninja
yeah,
ice
we
cream.
got one. Yeah, Jordan's, he got it right away. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's a good update too, because so when Pat was doing his bodybuilding show, I think we've talked about this before about guys giving gifts.
Yeah.
And Pat was like obsessed with food during his bodybuilding show because he was literally famished. He was starving. He was shriveling up. He was losing hair. He was
shriveling up. How tall is he and how much does he weigh?
No, but that's the thing. When you do your show, like you do, like for his body, he was, it was small for his body. So he was obsessed with food, right? Cooking shows, Instagram, all about food, which is also a good sign that you're having some types of disordered thoughts, right? So bodybuilding, and for everyone else. So if you notice you're doing that, I don't know, maybe you're restricting a little bit. But side note, so he bought the Ninja Creamy for, I think it was my birthday.
It was, because I remember you being like, yeah, Pat got me a present, but it's kind of for him.
He used it every night. He used it every single night since he got it. And I had used it maybe one time because I didn't quite understand how to use it. You got to put like some sort of fat in there along with like sweetener. And there was just like recipes to follow. And I don't love recipes. Also, when I crave ice cream, like I know I want it at that moment and I didn't prep for it.
Yeah,
so he used it a lot. We forgot about it. And now all this Ninja Creamy shit is going viral on Instagram, TikTok. And I'm like, I'm going to try it again because the vanilla Fairlife shakes actually do taste.
My God.
Actually do taste when you just drink it out of the thing. You're like, this kind of tastes like a vanilla milkshake.
Yeah, it's so good.
So all I freaking did was pour one of those into the container because I was like, I didn't have to prep anything. I just poured it in there, closed the lid. Okay, let it freeze for and then the next day I was like, okay, let's try it. So I take the Ninja Creamy thing out and I whip that shit up, and then I stir in Oreos. I added 4 Oreos and let that spin, and it created so much ice cream.
It was so fluffy.
And let me tell you, I was like, I will be doing this every night. I almost was sad to leave for my trip to Florida because I tried it the night before my plane. I'm like, oh my God, I want this every night. And
you're not gonna be able to have it.
I can't have it every night. Instead, I actually just got cookies and cream ice cream every night. So, which was also just as good.
It's just as good. It's really good. We bought Oreos for the intent to have it as a mix-in topping for these things, right?
Yeah. You did it.
They were gone the next day. Jordan has a little bit of an Oreo problem. I would call it that. It's to a borderline level of like, I'm a little bit worried. Like, how did you eat like 45 Oreos and feel okay? Yeah.
Maybe you should get a lockbox for some snacks.
I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about it. I have thought about it because I am so sick and tired of my cinnamon bread with the cinnamon roll in it disappearing out of thin air. I'm like, I literally bought that yesterday. How's the whole love gone?
We live parallel lives. And here's the thing. So Pat's vegan, and really intense vegans don't have honey either because
why?
Because it's
derived from an animal.
Yeah, it's from a bee.
I almost said plant. Oh my God.
It's from a bee in a beehive, right? So sometimes if I get granola or like something, I'll literally look on the back and try to find one that's like honey, or I will purposely get food that is not vegan so he won't eat it.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And so I'm like, okay, this popcorn, I wanted to save some for the next day. So I was like, oh, I put a little bit of butter in it, even though really I didn't.
And he was like, oh shoot, he's like, have it.
Yes, then he won't have it.
Are you kidding me?
No, I mean, he's
hack.
vegan, so he will not. So I literally pretend. So like Oreos, they are vegan, unfortunately.
Oh, they are?
Isn't that crazy?
I thought the center was like pig fat or something. I heard that when I was little.
Oh.
Like lard. Lard is pig fat and lard is what's in the center.
We'll have to look it up. But
I'm like, wait a minute.
Almost 90%
no, I believe
sure.
You.
Because I remember like the whole debate, vegan isn't healthy, you can eat Oreos. Like literally that's whatever.
Okay, well,
whatever.
That's a debate. That's for freaking sure.
But anyways, I still went on my trip without my Ninja Creamy. It was sad, but I have it prepped. So I'm ready to make it probably tomorrow night because I'm going to dinner with my fam tonight. But I'm going to make it tomorrow.
I can't wait to make it.
We did a girls trip, Florida. This is like our college girlfriends. And what's nice about this group of friends is most of us live live around Minnesota, the suburbs.
Yeah.
But we don't hang out really because we all have our own lives and like subgroups of friends.
So
but we
fun.
don't hang out until everyone plans like a little get together because we all take work off and it's like actually like, okay, we're going to make a plan. We're going to do it. And we all get to hang out for that week. So it was really fun to see everyone.
That sounds like a blast. It looked like so much fun.
But as always, like you spend the money, which was nice because one of my friends, comes from, we got a nice little house to stay at because her parents own a house in Florida.
Oh, excuse me.
So what was nice is we just paid for the flight and like the going out to eat. And then all of a sudden your drinks rack up. I calculated everything. I spent $700 when I was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're having fun and you were there for a good amount of days.
We were there for and we went out to dinner almost every night.
Dinner's at least 100 every single night.
But I didn't get drinks for the first like half of the trip on purpose. Everyone else like drank most. And I was like saved it for the yacht on Friday.
Good for you.
And for the nighttime. But I don't know how these girls were doing it. We went to the yacht. We did this like yacht thing on Saturday during the day. And that's what was expensive. It was like, it was like $200 a person pretty much.
Where were you in Sarasota? Is that where you were? Yeah.
And then we like did like Siesta Key stuff.
Siesta Key. That's what it's by. I remember that.
And we drank on the yacht. Like it was turn up. It was great. And then we went home, took a nap, and then like went to dinner and like stayed out at night.
You went out after that?
I don't know how people were doing it. But
how do you turn that on? I can't do that. I can't.
I couldn't be the lame one because I had already been the lame one previous in the week.
Oh no.
So here's this. One night I was like, I'm not going to drink. I'll be the DD. But we were just planning to do dinner. Okay. So this was like I don't forget. I think it was like Tuesday night. So I was like, it's fine. I'll DD to dinner. I won't get a drink at dinner. You guys can get a few, whatever. Turns out everyone had a few drinks. They're like, let's go out. And I'm like, wait. I thought we were just doing dinner. Like I didn't want to be out late tonight.
Can't they Uber?
They could, but this place we're staying was a community and you had to have a key to get into the gate. Oh. Okay. So I was like, oh my God, well, I want to go home. Like I'm sober. I'm dead ass sober. And I'm like, you guys, I'm going to go home. They're like, we'll just Uber. We'll figure it out. I'm like, are you sure? Like I ditched.
Like,
I ditched the DD. They called me the ditcher DD. We wrote like things on cups and like gave everyone like slow shitter or like IBS bitch or like powder princess. Like everyone had
What's a powder princess? Oh, got it. Okay.
There was one of our.
I was thinking like likes a lot of makeup. Like
no, one of our friends is.
Okay.
She has some
you gotta
fun.
Be careful with that shit.
There was also a lot of drama with that. If you have a group of girls, you're bound to have a little drama.
There's always a little drama on a trip.
Was there drama when you had that huge girls trip?
Only a little bit.
But there always is a little bit.
I'm trying to remember it. I wasn't involved in it. But
oh God, I'll tell you.
I think someone got a little too drunk and said something a little silly when we were getting off the boat. Mm-hmm. We had the boat day and someone said something a little silly.
That was exactly what happened.
And it was like, oh God.
That was exactly what happened with us.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, so yeah, I went home early and they ended up having to walk like half a mile. I'm like, okay.
I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's fine.
I like called myself out and I got them all drunk snacks, whatever.
Oh,
and
so that's cute. Okay.
I couldn't leave early that last night. So
then
but
good for you for turning it on.
It was good. I turned it on. We got down. We got dirty. This is a skirt I wore out and it actually ripped from me dropping
it low. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks cute.
And this is the skirt I said I would never wear on the episode where we talked about outfits, summer fashion. I said I will never wear a jean maxi. Here I am wearing a jean maxi and I actually really like it. And it's from Amazon and it's linked in my store.
You guys, my shirt's from Amazon too. And
I see that shirt on Amazon a lot.
Yeah, isn't it? It pops up a lot. I have two colors. Oh, I'm kind of crazy. Sometimes I duplicate if I like something enough. I'm like, ew.
I do too all the time. The dress
Where's your shirt from? Not Amazon? Somewhere else?
Fuck, this might be Princess.
Etiquette?
This might be
Addicted?
Addicted? Excuse me. That cucumber.
Right in there. That cucumber got me.
That cucumber was so filling.
Also, we got green going on today.
We do. What was I saying?
Addicted?
No, that's a great site though.
Whenever you're pronouncing something funny, your mouth does the same thing and I have to look at it. I stare at it. Nope, don't put your tongue out though.
No, this is from Princess Polly, I'm pretty sure.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember. We're going to have to move on. Do you have straight kind of moments?
I have a few.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, one thing, I don't know if I told this. If I did, I'm sorry if I'm like having deja vu, but I was having like a not great day. It was like right in the middle of my period and I went to the gym and I'm like working out, I'm lifting, I'm with Courtney. We're just doing like the squat machine that pisses me off because it hurts my hip. You know what I mean? One of those days where you're like, oh God, you know what I mean? Because it's technically not the hack squat, but the belt squat. machine
yeah.
kills my right hip. It's just like, cause it sits funny on it always,
Oh,
you know,
weird.
I have like thin little hips. So like, anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm over there lifting.
You don't got those fertile hips
I
like
don't
some
got
of
no-
those girls.
no, honey,
Like it
I
doesn't
do
sit
not.
on the shelf for me.
No,
either.
it doesn't. It like, I have to be like,
Yeah.
hold my legs out so
Like,
it doesn't fall.
Some people just put it there and they're like
Their
side
big booty.
hips and their booty just like holds it up. For me, I have to also
I have
spread
to
my
try.
legs apart a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, same. And so I'm doing that machine and I notice someone from my class is kind of like creeping around, like comes a little bit closer and I'm like, okay, I think he wants to say hi, but he's like, keeps sitting on the machine next to us, but not doing anything. And he's kind of like sitting around and I'm like, okay, I'm doing my set. So I'm not going to make eye contact because I really need to get through this. And I get off and then he, like, you know, he like makes a quick eye contact and he's like, Sydney. I'm like,
didn't see you there.
I go, oh my God, hi. And I'm like, this was so planned. I mean, for no joke, 10 minutes he's been there. I've gone through like 3 sets. And he goes, how are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm lifting. Yeah, I'm lifting today. And he goes, oh, why are you so white? Usually you're a lot tanner. You're a lot tanner and a lot brighter. You're really white right now.
I thought when you said, did I tell the story about the man calling me I'm so white at the gym, that you were like dancing and
Oh my
he went up to
God.
you and he was like, ooh, you're really white.
Oh, did I tell this already?
No.
Or did I tell you this?
I've never heard this story.
And I go, I don't know. I go, I'm not wearing makeup. I'm a little bit hungover from a glass of wine. I'm standing next to a bright window.
Did he say like an insult?
Yes. He was like questioning why I look so bad. He like basically said, why do you look so bad? And I literally go, okay, well, anyway, good to see you. And I just turned around and I went to another machine. I was like, I'm done. No, I'm done with the convo. Done with the convo.
Why do you look so fucking ugly today?
Why the fuck do people think it's normal, which it's not, to say and comment on the way people look if they look a little different? Also, I don't think I looked very white. He's very, very tan. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Maybe
I'm like, what? I didn't have my freaking bronzer on, you asshole. Like,
maybe he thought you were like you had a little bit of different ethnicity and he was like into that, and then all of a sudden he's like, wait, she's white?
I know. I think that's kind of what he was like processing out loud.
Oh.
Anyway, so I just thought that was kind of straight candid because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell? And you have to be nice to people. You know this. You have to be nice to everyone. You have to.
At your job, yeah.
Yes, at jobs.
What stinks is like, even if you're doing your own workout at your place of work, like same with me, and you're just wanting to get the workout done or not talk to people.
Yes.
You're still your place of work. So you have to like represent.
Oh, I know. And you're there. And I'm like, oh my God. That was one of my moments of like, I'm going to crack here. Anyway, so I just had to share that. I had another crack moment. What were you going to say?
I just going to say I have an update about berries.
Okay, what?
I am coaching less. I'm only coaching 7 classes a week.
Oh, 7?
Yeah. So
That's
I'm going to have a
great.
lot more time. Like Wednesday was my busiest day at Berries. And now that whole day is going to be dedicated to my Basil Bitch sessions, which is my group training sessions and my own business stuff, which is so fun. So yeah,
That's
I'm excited
amazing.
for that.
Good
if
for
you're interested
you.
in group training, by the way, you can head over to my Instagram too. But
Yeah, that's perfect.
I was like,
Finally, you're going to
so
be free.
I hope that will like kind of motivate me to get more of my work done too. So
I think it will. I think it will. You're going to have more balance.
Yeah, hopefully.
I got to celebrate Father's Day yesterday. This is so good. This is so my dad. I'm like, okay.
I gotta hear it.
So my dad wouldn't tell me what the plan was. He kept going back and forth. Wasn't really like being clear about what he wanted to do. He told me, he goes, Sid, I'm going to watch the Indy 500, I think it is, or whatever. Some race was going on. And I said, okay, Dad, sounds good. And then I was like, but don't you want to hang out with us? He goes, well, no one made a plan. And I'm like, but you told me that you had plans. He goes, yeah, I had plans because no one made a plan. I'm like, Dad, I had a plan and you kept telling me that you already had plans on Father's Day, which I'm like, what the hell? It's a day for children and their fathers. So anyway, I go, okay, take a breath. I go, I'm going to send you a list of my ideas for the day. I sent him, mind you, there was 7, okay? 7 ideas. And they were like, you could do 1 in the morning. There was like 2 to pick from, 1 in the evening, 1 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? My dad goes, LOL, that's a lot. Doesn't respond. I'm like, how about this? I go, Dad, let's do 2, 4, and 7. He goes, 2, 4, and 7 is my choice. I go, perfect. Love it. So he came over. I made him brunch. He's a character. He watched the race. He fell asleep on the couch. We went to a brewery, and then we went to another brewery, and then we went to another brewery because he loves breweries.
Oh my God, this is a Father's Day on crack.
I know. Well, it's my dad. Like literally, he never sits down. He literally never sits down. I had like 2 kombuchas and then this mini like beet sour. Of course, I love beets. And then I went to Kowalski's. I got dinner food. And we made dinner. And then I also made him help me like figure out all this stuff in here. But it was just like, it ended up going so smoothly. But my God, my dad is so fucking high maintenance. It's so funny. I'm like, you're psycho. And you know what I'm saying? Well, there's a parallel between my grandpa and my dad now. Total parallel. Yeah. I'm like, you're going to go there. Oh no, like this isn't going to be good.
It's just so funny that like that's a full ass day. So people just like call their dad, text their dad. In fact, on Father's Day, I just texted my dad because I was busy and I was like, I'm coming home. My sister was, what's nice is I'm the only kid that lives here. So I always have to represent, but my sister was home. So they did dinner, but now tonight I'm going over and doing like a belated Father's Day thing. But goddamn, yeah.
I know my dad is just a lot.
That's a lot.
Also, can I tell one more story? Because it's just like,
why not?
I went to Chicks in the Office, okay?
Oh, yeah. So Chicks in the Office is a podcast, BTW.
I went to their live show. It was, excuse me, so fun. Shout out to a few people that I saw or that said hi there. They were like, really? I listened to Straight Candid. And I'm like, oh my God, hi. But they do this section of the podcast show where they like say, like, if you have a question, you can stand up, you can ask us anything. They literally say, ask us anything. I raised my hand. This was one of the cringiest things that I've ever done.
You raised your hand
there were 800 people, okay? This is one of the cringiest moments I've ever done. I raised my hand. I'm raising my hand so high, so strong. Look at her. And I go, I get the fucking mic. And I literally go, I have a 2-part question. I go, part 1 is, will you take a shot with us? And then some girl next to me goes, the bar is closed. And I'm like, okay, never mind. So there was cringe moment number 1. Moment number 2 is I literally go, and would you ever consider coming on a Minneapolis podcast called Straight Candid? And then people cheered in the crowd because apparently there were more people there that listened to Straight Candid. And they were like, you put us on the spot. And one of them, Maria was like, yeah, I'd come on. And what's her name? Oh my God, Fran, they call her Fran, whatever. She was kind of like, she'd already been pissed off by this other couple that was up there. And she was kind of like acting like a little standoffish. She's like, well, that's bold. Yeah. Like kind of putting us on the spot here. We'll think about it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, how about take a shot and then we can think about it after that. And I literally asked them live in front of people with my wine buzz if they would come on Straight Candid.
That's bold.
It was so bold. I sat down and I literally couldn't shake the cringe. I couldn't even pay attention to the show. We walked out. I literally had like a little shake in my hand. I drove home and in the car on the way home, I was like, fuck. Oh, and then I'd be like, it's okay. It doesn't even matter. No one remembers. And then I'd be like, oh God, I'm reliving it. And then I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Is this going to go live?
They respect it. They respect the hustle. They respect the hustle. And then I'm like, I can't be here. And I had to wake Jordan up when I got home. I shook his little shoulder and I go, babe, one of the most embarrassing, humbling moments happened today. And he was like, what? And I told him and he's like, that's not embarrassing. I go, babe, it was, you don't understand. It was so bad.
Is this an episode that they air?
I don't know. I think they do, but I don't know how they do that with the microphones. I'm assuming they do.
We'll have to listen. We'll have to listen for it. Yeah,
you guys.
That's good that you had you went in with 2 questions though. So that was good. But then the one question disregarded. Yeah.
They both failed.
Okay. It's okay. We can try.
It's fine. I'm sweating.
Once they're on, they'll laugh at that when we have them on.
I hope so.
Once we get them on.
I found a DM that I sent them when I was in 2019 about me. Hey, I'm just leaving journalism school. Wondering if you need someone to work for your podcast. No one's ever seen it.
I did the same thing with Skinny Confidential.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, do you need an intern?
Yeah. That's what I said too. And I'm like, no one responded.
We are getting some more interns on our little Straight Candid boat, so we're excited to get them started too.
They're going to be amazing. Cute. Anyway, that's my life story today. I have like 7 things, but
have a Straight Candid moment that actually didn't happen to me, but happened to my friend on the trip, and I was just like had to share because it started the trip off with a good bang.
I'm excited.
We're on the flight, and we all have like our little Wi-Fi stuff, so we could like communicate. I have my 3 friends in front of me. I'm in the row right behind them, and all of a sudden BeReal goes off. We're like, cute, like let's use BeReal. And apparently everyone there still uses BeReal. So now I'm back on the BeReal train.
Oh, got it.
It's fun. I just took one during this episode. Did you see me take a little selfie?
Yeah, I did.
So it goes off. Immediately our friend Ashley, who was actually already at the house in Florida because she had to take a different flight if she was coming from Seattle. So immediately she posts. She's like always on top of it.
Oh my God.
It was 10 seconds. We
Wait,
noticed.
is that Logan's
Yes.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
I know
Do you
Logan
know
from
Logan?
the gym. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He works out at Lifetime. So we're like, oh my God, Ashley already posts. And we look a little bit closer. And you know how it zooms out?
Yeah.
So she had taken a picture in the bathroom and she took a selfie of her like hair in like a little like after shower hair towel thing.
Yeah.
And then took a picture of like the products on the sink. But the picture of the products on the sink was zoomed out.
Oh no.
And her tits.
No.
Her nipples were out. Her whole, she was naked.
No. No. This is my biggest fear.
Ashley, I'm only showing Sid because it's funny. I won't
I know,
show.
I know you, Ashley. I promise.
We won't share this to the entire.
Oh my God.
But wait, let me find it really quick.
Can you delete BeReal? Or is it? It has to say because it's so real. It's just you got to be real.
No. So luckily, we told her immediately. We're like, Ashley. So we text her. She's like, oh my God. So she took it down. It was.
You
on
can
there,
take it down.
Yeah, it was on there for like probably 45 seconds to a minute, but she put it down immediately.
Oh my
but
God.
we were dying laughing, like dry heaving on the plane ride. Everyone was looking at us. It was the
You guys
funniest
are the
fucking-
obnoxious people that are flying to either Florida or Mexico. There's 2 places. Oh, I guess Vegas. Sorry, 3 that are like obnoxious flying people. And when you're on a plane, you have so much. You're like, I'm going to be so respectful, la la la. Until you're with your besties, you are a freak. When I'm flying with my best friends and I always careful.
Ready?
Wait.
They look good.
Why did she? That's so bad.
I know. It's
that's
literally
a lot
like,
more tit. That's not like a little tit.
No,
that's her
like
whole body. Wait, how did she not know that was going to happen? How did she not know that was going to happen?
And it's funny because the girls in front of me,
God.
Claire, Madison, and Austin, they were like drinking too. So it was like,
my
even
God.
more. It was just the funniest.
That is some of the
thing.
funniest shit I've ever
So
seen.
check your BeReal before you post it.
Be careful, for real.
And we had time to screenshot it. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God.
You never know what you put out there, y'all.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I think we need to get into this episode a little bit.
I know, sorry. We had so much fun stuff to talk about.
I know, so many updates, which is awesome. Today we're going to talk a little bit about everything. We're going to talk a little bit about
money, party.
Love, money, party.
You know, people know this song, right? People know this song.
It goes like this. Party ain't nothing but a party when you party every day and ain't nothing but a party. Love is nothing but love when you love every day.
Love, money, party.
Hey.
It's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
If you don't know the song, you need to wake the hell up and you need to go to Spotify right now and listen to that song.
It's honestly a vibe. And we thought the 3 together, they have a little power. We thought we talk a little bit about love, but in terms of dirty talking, a little bit about money, because we kind of talked about this a little bit past episode. We think we need to dedicate more of a segment towards this and what we have learned as adults coming out of college. We know a lot of you are college listeners and we don't learn this shit in college. And then party as in drunk confessionals.
Yes.
So
it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It's good shit.
It's good shit. Okay.
We'll start with love. We're going to start talking about dirty talk, which, by the way, we are not good at it.
No.
I'm not good at it. Soph's not good at it. We've talked about it. When we hook up, we're not good at it together. And I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like,
I just wanted people to be like,
I thought
what?
You let that slip.
Wait, what?
So we want to make it more candid.
Yeah.
Like, because we've avoided, this was on our list of topics since day one. And we have yet to talk about it because we're like, do we have to go in and be like, this is how you talk about it? Yeah, right there. Hit it harder. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to come.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
So we were like, how do we talk about this without being so ratchet?
And we can just be real about it, that we're literally starting off with that we're not good at it.
But hold on. I have like a few things to add to that because with certain people that I have hooked up with in the past, if it was more of like a fuck buddy, friends with benefits, and I really didn't care what they thought about me, or they were really, really sexual and you could tell they were just like watching porn all the time because the shit that would come out of their mouth, I was like, okay, first of all, that's degrading. Second of all,
fun.
No, if it's like forced, I'm like, I literally get the cringe during sex. If they're like trying to call me mommy and like, I don't even want to like say some of the words, but there was this one guy that I had a fling with at work. Actually, this is the same person I hooked up with in, I think, the meditation room. When I was
really?
Yeah, when I had a.
Do I know this person?
When I had a corporate job.
Do I know them? No.
I'll show you a photo.
Okay.
You probably. But he was definitely like the dirtiest talker I've ever been with. And
not in the meditation room.
I played into it a little bit because he did it. So then I tried, and I remember like looking up phrases before the hookups and like trying to like naturally like have them come out. And they were, oh my God, I cringe when I did it. It
stresses me out.
It put me out of the moment of trying to be in the moment.
Yeah,
you know?
because you're thinking way too much about what you're going to say.
So I stopped doing it ever since then, because now with Pat, I'm just so comfortable, and we have like our routine, and we get into that sexual routine where first we start like this, and then we move this way, and then we're in this position, and this is how I finish, and then this is how he finishes. Yeah. And it's routine. So I think this is a good time to talk about it, to maybe, I don't know, spice it up a little bit. Confidently.
I think it's a good one. If you're trying to ease into it, here's what I would say, because I thought I was like, I don't ever dirty talk. I'm a square. I'm not silent, my God. But I would say start with it in the beginning. Like when you're initiating, like, you know what I mean? Like I like do a little booty rub, like booty rub. And then there's like dirty talk that happens after that a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're starting to trying to get kind of get turned on, not trying to get turned on, but that's a fun way to start. You know what I mean?
And that could even start over text. Like he's at work, you're at home, and you're like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about last night when you did this.
Yes.
And like, oh my God, he's turned on. And then that kind of like continues throughout the day a little bit, I think is a great way to kind of ease into it too.
Misnomer of it is that it has to be this like dirty, rancid, like almost like it feels wrong, like conversation with your partner. And like, why? If that turns you on and that's your kink, freaking go for it. It's like, sister, like do your thing. But that's not mine. I don't think it's a lot of people's. I just think that it's like, think about it in a way of like guiding.
Yeah.
And like guiding the person to do something. Cause technically that's dirty talk too. You're talking and it is kind of dirty.
And it's really hard to orgasm as a female. Obviously, we've talked about this numerous times. So teach them exactly how to do it or what you're doing. Like you're literally narrating the process maybe. And it's funny because I'm like, okay, no, that's my left labia. I'm like, move over to the right. Yeah. Or like up. Okay, little slower, little faster. This is just like, let's say he's using his hands. Yeah. Okay. And it's funny because they perceive that, I think, as dirty talk, but really I'm like, I'm just trying to
get where I need to be. I'm just trying
to make this feel good for me. And the other thing that I've noticed that I like to do rather than dirty talk is, I think a good way to still feel like you're having fun and sexual and like loud is, if you are finishing and you're orgasming, I don't like to be silent when that's happening. Like I kind of like let out. I don't want to like imitate what I'm doing because that's very, very gross. And you don't want to hear that because it's pretty loud. But I like know I'm like, no one can hear me. And I just like, I let whatever sounds feel right in my body like out when I'm finishing. And that like Pat literally loves that. Really? So I think that's a fun way to kind of still feel like you're not necessarily saying something, but still making noise other than being silent when you're having sex.
That's
so
actually a good call
let
out.
the moans and groans happen. And I used to think, oh my God, is that fake? But I'm like, no, it literally makes me like get in the moment more. It makes it feel better. It makes me feel so sexual. So I love moaning, groaning, screaming, whatever you need to like just make some noise. That's like how I do it.
I like that. And you have to get more confident. Literally, I just looked at the poll and it was 89% of listeners said they would dirty talk if they were more confident, which is, it's tough. And I would say I was a 0 dirty talker. If I wasn't drunk, I'm like not going to say anything. I also like, feels like I'm mentally building up to the moment of like, okay, I should say something. Oh, I can't say anything. Okay. I'm just going to forget about it. Now I'm out of the moment. Like now I'm like, where the hell am I? What am I doing right now? Like, oh, I should probably move. Like I should probably do something. So I wrote down some tips that were like, I don't know. I like them, but they're listener related tips. Of what listeners wrote. So these were the ones that I was like, okay, this is tangible. This is what I think. And there was a few repeats of what listeners wrote in.
Since we didn't know, we're like, okay, maybe some of our listeners are like a little kinky and they know what they're doing. And y'all came through. So let's share some.
So this one says, honesty, tell them they look good and what you want them to do versus it being so dirty. Like just tell them that. Like that's a good thing.
Someone said, just being honest. Tell them if they look good, feel good. Oh, is that what you just said?
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah.
Someone said... say things with confidence, literally practice it.
Yeah, I like that. This one says, adjectives are your friend versus the dirty words, expressions that make a ton of us uncomfortable. Like explain how you feel instead of it just being like, oh yeah, like that's just like not me at all. So you're not going to hear that from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Say what you want and say it confidently.
Yeah.
Someone said, it's nice to be spontaneous. I always feel 10 times more wanted if it's random and I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, I love that one. The final one was these people or this person wrote in like, go baby, or like, don't stop, or these little like things like that to them, like that make them feel more confident. So it's about your confidence, and it's also about like engaging and playing with their confidence a little bit. You know what I mean? Like making their head a little bit big, because that's fun, because it makes them feel good, and then it's good for you. So that's what I would do.
I'm laughing because Pat is such a simple man, because
he's a simple man.
I usually don't say this during sex, but if I'm like, okay, I'm over this and I really want him to finish.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, this is funny. All I say
is,
I love you so much. And he literally.
No, that's not real.
Yep. Isn't that really cute?
That's really cute though.
Like that's your
dirty talk.
You don't usually say that during sex. Like it's usually like, oh, I love you. Like,
but I
say it really seriously, and he loves it.
Oh my God, he's like, holy shit, I'm literally on top of the world.
Or if
I'm on top of the world.
Sometimes
that song plays.
Sometimes we forget to like really kiss during sex too.
I do that same thing.
So if I really kiss him and say I love you, it's like, oh, he's done, which is like, it kind of makes my heart
I have
warm.
a few hip movements that.
Let's hear
no words, no hip movements. That's. I don't have to do much. It's like
a little.
Pretty. It's like a toot toot.
Like a one cheek, right, left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek.
And then all of a sudden, the moment is perfect.
The moment is done. Oh, wow. I love it. I love it.
That's what I would do. I don't know. I'm still trying to get into my era of like, I actually feel like the best version of myself right now and like love myself the most. I'm so fucking cocky.
No, it's good.
No, I'm kidding. But
it's good to feel that way during sex though.
It's like, it's not like I don't have things that I wish were different about me. It's just that I love myself and my body. Like I feel good about it.
And I actually really love that tip, because even if you're someone who isn't confident on the daily, you are, there's things that you wish you could change and you're insecure. Try to like embody this new person when you're having sex maybe, or when you're getting in the mood. Like this is your moment to be that new persona, and just take it on, fake it, and it's going to start to become reality. So that is definitely going to help with confidence in bed as well. So I love it. I think that's enough to say for now.
Yes, from our opinion.
For a little dirty talk. Should we get into love, money, finance tips?
Yeah. Do we want to read any of the...
Oh, this is,
I forgot about them. Sorry, I just kind of scrolled up and down. Is this one story or is it two?
So I
didn't read it. So
there was a listener that wrote in, and she ended up not doing the actual like prompt we did. She just wanted to write this in. And I was like, I got to share this because it's kind of funny, and it kind of lets dirty talk be more candid and funny, because it happens and you're going to laugh in bed anyways.
You should. It should not be so serious.
No, so if shit like this happens, like it's fine. This is the worst that could happen, okay? She says, my ex-boyfriend could not talk dirty. He just couldn't. There were a few times he tried for my sake and literally started going soft. We had a rough patch at one point, no intimacy for 3 months, went to therapy and things started to pick up again. He knows I like dirty talk, so he tried. Here was our dialogue. I like being inside of you. It's my favorite place to be in. I mean, not all of me, but just, Next one, he says, I like your lips. They're soft, even when they're chapped. No, they're not chapped now, but they were when we first kissed. Next one. Oh, wow. You're so, I like it when you make weird sounds. It's sweet when you curse like a Catholic pirate, was his last one. Also, another funny-ish instance with him. I was just saying randomish stuff like harder, faster, etc. And at one point, mid-action, he stopped and said, I really think I've reached all the limits there. I don't think I can go any deeper, harder, or faster. So we'll need to find another way to satisfy you. That was also the last time he was on top. We love the fact that he tried, though.
I'm sorry. He sounds like a little cringe ball, though.
He sounds like he's trying.
He just wants, he's being, though, a little bit like, I'm awkward around the edges. I'm going to stop this. Like, don't force somebody to do dirty talk if they're not comfortable with it.
Agree.
You know what I mean? That one made me uncomfortable because you can tell he's uncomfortable.
Like if someone made me do that, I would be the same way.
Excuse me. No, I can remember an instance of dirty talk that I literally will never get out of my head. I will not say what was said, but it literally like sits with me every day.
Can you say it?
No.
Can you filter it? Come on, filter.
I think I can kind of filter
You want to whisper it to me and I'll say it on mic?
No, I can't do that either.
Okay.
Basically, I was like hooking up. We had to be quiet because it was at somebody's house, and
you're a whore.
No, it was more like it was like oh yeah, you have to be quiet. Like it was something like that. And I just didn't like that.
It was like,
I didn't like that at all.
Don't make any noise.
Yeah, like you can't make any, and it kept getting repeated. And I just like, I literally I was like, I can't, I'm not turned on. I'm not turned on. Like, why did that make me feel weird?
It's because it's cringy when guys,
it's cringy.
When guys like make that like face and they're like, fuck yeah, baby. Like,
No, ew.
I think, do guys think we like that? Because we
I don't know. I don't care. I don't want
Some
it.
of you might, and I'm sorry if you do, but like,
I'm sorry.
if a guy is trying to make this into a porno, I'm not about it. I'm not
like,
about
no,
it.
No, I'm not either.
It.
I'm not comfortable with it. Listen, I'm not vanilla, but like that for some reason just got me. I was like, ooh, I don't like this.
Like we can have fun, do fun positions, and we can talk, and we can like say normal
and
things.
laugh and do, and it's funny. It's funny. It's fun. It's lighthearted. Yeah, but that was.
But
like,
if you're
cringe.
seriously calling me a slut or a whore or like gag.
My face says it all. Anyway,
anywho.
Okay, that story was pretty funny, but I kind of feel bad for the poor guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, what comes after love?
Money.
Party next. Topic
Okay.
number 2 we want to talk about is money management and finances. What a flip, right?
What
From
a
dirty
flip.
talk.
We got it all for
But
y'all.
this is so freaking important. And we sat and we both thought about like, okay, what the hell is it that was so important for us to say, so that we wished, honestly, it's what I wish somebody would have told me earlier, a little bit earlier. That's what
Agreed.
I wanted to capture. So,
And to be honest, I, for a long time, and a lot of you probably, that if you're in college, you realize, okay, I honestly like felt stupid around money. I avoided it at all costs. I was ignorant. I purposely didn't want to look at my bank stuff. I didn't want to learn it. One, I don't know why, but like, I just try to avoid it. But I got my first job and I was like, oh my God, I'm making my own money. This is great. It was corporate. I like literally loved that 8 to 5. I was like, okay, oh my God, what do I do with all this money? I've never had money before. So I'm spending it. I'm paying rent. I'm buying groceries. I'm going out. I'm living it up. I'm getting sushi with my friends. I'm going on trips. And then I'm like, okay, like, I don't have a lot left. I'm not saving.
Nope.
I'm not saving anything. I'm just going to keep repeating the cycle. Love, 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 love. Ignorant. Don't know what's happening. Oh, wait. Do I have to pay off my credit card every month? I don't know. I'm an adult. I'm making all this money. Okay. What the fuck do I do? And I think it wasn't until like I came to the realization a little older than most people. I turned 28 this summer.
well, but that's so real. It's reasonable. I promise.
That I like had a moment where I was like, I want to get my money shit figured out, and slowly started learning it one step at a time, asking around, getting a little mentor. We had our friend Callan talk about some stuff. My boyfriend's dad's a financial advisor. If you have anyone you know, friend, someone from college, you can reach out.
Yep.
That's always a good start, because the tips that we're about to share, for me, I still want someone to hold my hand a little bit.
I know, it's kind of nice.
I'm making these accounts and figuring out how to automate payments. Like I need a little handhold. As shitty and dumb as that is, I'm like,
it's not though.
It's not even that hard, especially the tips we're about to share. But having someone like push me along the way, like get this step done this week, this step.
It's
this week.
intimidation though. Like, and also here's my thing is like, okay, you need to learn an extensive amount of money shit, but then there's this whole other side. It's why you have a financial advisor if that's what you choose to have. It's why other people trade stocks and you do not, because I don't want to know that. I don't understand it. I don't want to be near it. I don't get it. It stresses me out.
Yeah.
I don't want to put in that much risk that I can see. So like, just know that being intimidated is completely normal. Like my old spending habits, I remember this one time I went to Target. I was in college. I definitely had a job. I think I probably had 2 at this time. And I had a debit card and I wanted just cheese quesadilla stuff. So what is that? Like $2 and like 60 cents or something like that. So I had literally shredded cheese, quesadilla stuff. And I went up to the self-checkout and I did both. My card got declined.
Oh, my card used to always get declined.
$2.60. I didn't have $2.60. So I literally had to awkwardly look around like, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? Oh God. And I literally just walked away. It was so awkward. There's a line right behind me. I'm like, everyone can see what was going on. I'm like, no one, like, everyone got $1? No, you guys good? Okay. I'm going to leave now. I have no reason to be here.
And I heard this somewhere, I can't remember where, but it's like most of your money biases are ingrained in you by like the age of like in 5th grade, like by 5th grade. Yeah. And it's funny because my parents actually never spoke about money to me. I never knew how much things cost. So I never knew how much our house was. I never knew how much my dad made. I didn't understand the concept of money and like how much things were. So like when I went into the real world, I'm like, I like barely even checked prices. I'm like, oh, this cheese looks good. Like now I go in the grocery store, I'm like, okay, this cheese is cheaper. I'm going to get this cheese.
Yeah.
And I literally used to never do that. I didn't care. And now I'm like, okay, well now that I'm literally all on my own, like car insurance is what? Phone bill is this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I'm overwhelmed. I want to cry. I can't figure
Ever
this
been
out.
in a car accident?
Oh my God.
Check your insurance after that one.
I've had 4 car accidents.
So for me, so
That's bad. So I have 4 tips that I'm going to share. And then do you want to share yours?
you can, share yours and then I'll share my old habits and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So my top finance tips, I actually got this from a podcast because I'm not that smart with this stuff. And it's not coming from my brain. But
okay.
I will say it literally helped me so much and it put things into perspective and made it really fucking easy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to share these.
Do it.
So starting with the 50-30-20 rule. So after tax income, 50% of your salary goes to your needs, 30% on wants, and 20% goes to future you. So for making like this easy, the 50-30-20 rule, let's just say you make $1,000 a month after taxes. 500 goes towards your needs, groceries, rent, internet, car payments, etc. 300 goes towards wants, concerts, sushi, hair, Botox, whatever. 200 goes towards future you. And that we'll talk about in a second, which is like emergency fund, then paying off debt, and then putting it into like a high yield savings account, etc.
Like that.
So the 50-30-20 rule is so fucking helpful. And I literally started working on this last night actually and making sure the salary that I get through my job, I put some of it away. So the 50-30-20 is implemented now within my accounts.
Nice job.
So growing wealth isn't about how much you make, but how much you keep. If you don't have money left over every month toward financial goals, you'll never make any progress.
Yep.
So the 50-30-20, 20%. Some goes towards your emergency fund, financial, which is kind of your plan B. So let's just say you're like leave a job, you leave a situation that's not serving you anymore. Maybe you're in a toxic relationship. You save 3 months of bare bone expenses. Okay. So that's the 20% from that 50-30-20. That's the first thing you do with the 50-30-20 is save 3 months of bare bone expenses. And you put that into a high yield savings account that you do not see. So it's not actually in your bank statement or in your actual like checking account. It just
high yield savings account is usually like a Roth IRA or like I mean, 401k technically is one, but like
you can also just
outside of that, but it's just, or there's just ones that just like high yield. It just means like there's more interest.
Yes. So just Google like best high yield savings account of 2023 and look for one that's like FDIC insured, has no account minimums and no monthly fees. And then you automate a deposit from your checking to your savings because personally, I don't trust myself to do that. I need to automate it or else I won't do it.
Good idea.
And then after you save the emergency fund, the next thing you do with the 20% is to pay off your high interest rate debt. So pay off your rate debt. So this is anything that maybe you have college debt, maybe you have any debt in general. If it's above 7% interest rate, pay that off first. Don't put the money towards all these different debts that you have. Start with a high interest one because that'll save you more money in the future. And then after that, you can take that 20% and start it, keep the high yield savings account going and then work on your money mindset is my last.
Oh, I like that one.
My last tip, but
those are really good tips. They really are.
I was like, that's that simple. 50-30-20.
You don't have to overthink it. I like that. I have a little bit of different way of doing it, but it's about the same. It's about the same. So you can take that way easily, or I just have a little different of a way of doing it, but it's not that different. It's technically kind of the same. I will say though, my old spending habits, I would spend due to stress and then I'd avoid checking my bank account, which is exactly what you were talking about. I had no idea how to budget. So I would just overspend and hope that I had enough to pay rent. Really good route to do. Didn't care if my card went negative at all. I would just like let it float to the negative and then wait for the next paycheck. I would soothe stress literally by spending and not facing my problems. And then I didn't choose anywhere to budget or pull back. Like I didn't choose anything to pull back on, like groceries or whatever. I would just spend everything everywhere. So really good habits. They definitely were from a place of anxiety and stress and insecurity, money insecurity. So yeah, really cute. Even when you have people in your family that have made these mistakes, I don't think that anybody can just avoid it from seeing somebody else do it wrong. I think you literally have to fuck up yourself and then be like, oh shit, that really didn't feel good. And now I'm real tight on the dollars right now. So these are the ones that I wrote down, and I'll keep it really light, but I said compile. So this is my budgeting plan. This is how I do it. It's pretty similar to Soph. So take whatever one works better for you and is simpler for you. Okay. I compile all my expenses for the month. So that literally, these are all fixed, meaning they never change. So like rent, phone, student loans, car payment. If you have a car wash that reoccurs, I have one of those. Any insurance and like any other like goal savings that gets pulled out. Those are my expenses for every single month that will literally
no matter what,
never change. That money, let's say I get paid twice a month. Okay. I just divide that by 2, and that's the exact amount of money, that half, that half of it that has to come from my paycheck into this account that is always going to get the same exact amount of money pulled out of it. So that's just a different one. I always have it. It's constant. It's never touched. I never touch that account because it's where everything gets pulled out of from my monthly payment. Okay. That account is just like a different checking. So you keep that over there. You don't literally ever touch it. Then I have like one more account that has a savings amount that you contribute every paycheck. For instance, if you threw $100 in there, that goes automatically into another savings account. So now I've got my expense account, my savings, those 2 I try not to touch. And then the rest.
Is the savings just a savings, or is it like a high yield?
This one's just a savings, because technically my high yield savings account, like the ones that I literally don't look at, like a Roth, are coming out of my fixed expenses bucket. Because I always get my Roth IRA pulled out of my account every single month. Every single month.
How much do you pull out? Can I ask? Not even money, but you can do like percentage of your maybe salary.
Income. Or so. Oh my God. Do you mean to the savings or to the
Roth?
To the Roth. Well, I can just tell you, I max my Roth. So you can only put in $6,000 a year in your Roth. So it's that $500 a month.
Probably smart, because I literally just opened my Roth and put 6,000.
Oh, that's okay.
I was like, I got 10. Okay. I was like, here's 10,000 my savings. Let's just put 6,000 in.
Well, you maxed it out for the year.
Chunk. Yeah,
you maxed out for the year. Now you have $500 more bucks a month.
Smart to maybe pull it. Like
I do it like monthly, but 200. So I do it 250 twice a month.
Yeah,
it's like it's a little less like overwhelming to have 500 pulled out. You're like, Jesus, like I'm broke. So you've just got your expense account. You've got a little savings one that you can see, right? And then the rest goes into this other one that's like my fun and my groceries and like the rest of the shit, right? Yep. So that's how I do it. Like I never spend beyond my means. Like if I do not have $200 to spend, I do not spend $200. That's like the biggest tip that I've really felt.
It's funny because that tactic is probably around 50, 30, 20.
Yeah, it is. No, it totally is. That's why I was like, I just explained it a little different, right?
I love it.
And then I say, here's my do's and don'ts. And then I'm basically done with my tips, right? So do have a 401k, always accept the match, and try for a Roth IRA. That's what I was just telling Soph about. It's just a different type of savings account. The only intimidating part about it is the name. The name is just fucking weird. It's just a different savings account. Okay. Even if you aren't maxing it, it's still worth it. Still worth to put money away, but do not invest in these until you have at least like, I heard 3 to 6. I went with 6. 3 is also just as good. Like just some sort of cushion of savings in your account as backup. Cause like, what if you lose your job or you get in an accident or have like medical bills, which I got railed this month by, like bad, emptied my savings. My medical bills emptied my savings this month. Medical and like, I got like basically almost a flat tire. That's $700 out down the drain. Like I went to the urgent care when Scotty scratched my eye. That bill came through. Yeah. Like just stuff. Like I went to the dermatologist. Holy crap. Screwed me over on that one. Like, oh my God. So just like you got to be ready for that shit. And then my final tip, because I'll just pick one of these, was don't completely cut off your spending. Like just write down, let's say let's go groceries, what you want to eat on a Sunday. Okay. So I'm planning for the week. I'm like, I know I kind of want chicken this week. I want salmon one night and I want some veggies and then some swirly cinnamon bread. Okay. Then I go to the grocery store with that necessity list. Plan enough time to make a few stops. That means you can get your nice veggies from Whole Foods, and then you can get your not so nice needs or like box goods from like a Target or wherever, Trader Joe's. Like you can do all these things and you can still not buy in abundance. I used to buy just when I ran out of shit and I wasn't going to use it. Like, I don't want another burger. I just made burgers. Like, why am I buying more ground meat?
I need to start doing that because
You know what I mean?
live right above.
You're
So
a little too convenient though.
I go every damn day, and Lens is so friggin' expensive. But about the Roth and the high yield savings account, just keep in mind, the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I think he talked about in there, like he showed someone opening a Roth when they were 23 years old versus 28 years old. And it is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you're listening and you haven't done it and you're like, I'll do it next year, literally do it now. It doesn't take that long. Google how to do it. I promise it's like not even 30 minutes of opening one.
Oh my God. I just thought of something I have to say.
Start it now. And then the last thing that I was going to say about this is like, I really want to be wealthy. I want to be well off. I don't want to have to worry about this, but you do have to put in the work and you can't avoid looking at expenses.
Yes.
And sometimes like the automation is good, but you will never learn unless you're actually looking at your expenses, what you're spending your money on. And there's nothing better than when you actually start to work for your money and you start to look at your bank account and you start to make better decisions because all of a sudden it's your money. It's so much sweeter when it's your money and your hard work.
Yes.
So.
Oh my God. Amen to that. Freaking amen to that. It's the hardest part is looking at the savings account and the checking account and figuring out what the hell you messed up on and the credit card and just facing the hard, cold facts right in front of you that like, yes, you spent way too much on Princess Polly. You need to return 3 of the items. You can keep 1 and then you need to restart and rethink about what you're doing. And I had to do that. My last 2 things, and I promise these are just quick 2 points. Do not be apartment poor or car poor. If you cannot afford apartment that is $1,500 a month, do not live in that apartment. 50, 30, 20. Do not live outside that bubble. Do not get it too. Exactly. I'm like, do not do it. It's not smart. And the final other thing I was going to say was, I remember what I was going to say. First of all, live your life. Like also you need to experience things. So don't like totally cut yourself off, but do not just go hard in the paint to pay off your, let's say your car or your student loans if they're a low interest, because interest actually is, or excuse me, not interest, good debt like car loans or student loans, as long as you're paying them on time, your payments, they're actually really good for your credit score. And a lot of the wealthiest people are in the most debt, which is crazy to even say out loud, but they're in debt of their house. They just are like, there's these weird systems that people do. They know how to like not cheat the system. It's a smart way. But all I have to say is do not look at that 40,000 in debt from your school and be like, I need to pay this off today. If I get $1,000, I'm going to put all 1,000 in there. Pay off the highest interest things. Absolutely. But do not just focus on that one thing, because you need to be saving. You should be investing. Otherwise you're going to get backwards.
And don't confuse that with not paying off your credit card monthly.
That's
not good debt.
Do not do that.
You know what's so toxic is like, I was talking to someone at work and I was like, I really want these shoes, but I shouldn't buy them. She was like, girl, just use your credit card. Everyone's in debt. And I'm like,
do you know how many people have credit card debt?
And I was like, and at that moment I was like, really? So then I kind of was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I heard all this, like, I'm like, no, do not spend over your means, you guys. It's setting you back.
Who makes money when you're in debt? The credit card company.
Because you're paying.
Because you're paying more. They want you to be in debt. They want you there because they're going to make money. And if you look in the fine print, interest on those things are 25%.
So much.
25%. 7 is bad.
25 is terrible. It just means it's like compounding on
it's fucking
itself.
bad.
It's exponentially going to get more expensive.
Pay attention. Anyway,
all right,
okay.
You guys, we hope that was kind of, something you could take away from the episode too.
I was just calling someone an accident. I was just trying to put my phone on Do Not Disturb and it was calling someone.
Love Money Party. We're going to talk a little bit about something. We're going to talk about our kind of maybe even our habits, like partying if we do a little THC, if we like CBD, if we've ever done shrooms, addiction, if we've ever dealt with addiction, maybe. 4th of July is coming up. How are we going to manage that?
And you'll be hearing this the day before.
Yeah, we also have drunk confessionals from you guys that wrote in. So we have a lot of funny like blackout stories, but remember, this is not to make fun of overdoing and overusing alcohol and drugs.
Or anything.
Sid and I actually have a very good balance, I think, with alcohol and drinking. And
I agree.
And I think a lot of people that do have a good balance can sometimes have nights where, like you get a little
tuned up.
You get a little tuned up, you get a little happy. But if this is something that you're actually dealing with addiction, remember to reach out for help. And this is not something to make light of.
No, we're not making fun of it or having fun with it. We're just sharing the facts and the truths and the stories. Okay. I would say partying looks a lot different to me now than it did before. Do you feel like that is the same for you? Like it doesn't look even nearly the same. Like I actually also, side note, I've never actually blacked out.
Me either.
Never.
Said me either.
Wait, okay. You're one of the only people that actually believes that and also is like.
It's because I believe you because I've literally never once blacked out. I have
a theory of why, but.
I do too. And
Wait, you do?
I've grade where I'm like, I kind of remember that.
I grade for sure.
I know why me and you both haven't blacked out.
Because we're high anxiety and high alert. That's for sure why.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you were going to say, right?
I was just going to say, it's like, we don't want to lose the control.
No.
And our brain is already just so fucking overactive that we're like, no. But here's why I don't black out is because I get drunk really freaking fast. I have one drink and I'm probably as tuned up as people after like 10 drinks sometimes.
Yeah,
I feel.
you get tuned up fast.
I get tuned up fast and then I'll have a few more and it doesn't change. Like I stay the same drunkenness from my first drink to like my fifth drink. And then I literally love that feeling and that wave that I'm on and I ride it. I stop drinking. I add waters in and then I get to a point where I'm like kind of coming down and I'm like, I'm going to be hungover. So then I start drinking waters and then I probably leave. Yeah. That's literally what happens every time.
That's so smart. Drink waters towards the end of the night. That's what I do. Every drink, I get a water with it. So I'm drinking and I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water. I'm doing them at the same time. And I always do that. When you get too drunk, that's when it falls off. And that's when you're going to wake up and your head's going to hurt like a beach. So trust me, it's not always like it's going to go like that. But most of the time, it also slows down my drinking because I have a problem. If I'm holding something, I'm gonna chug it. Same. I can't help
Especially
it.
if it's good.
If it's a good margarita, that's my go-to. By the way, I love a tequila. I used to hate tequila because I overdid it in Mexico. Ooh, I overdid it when I was 18. Yay, you can drink in Mexico when you're 18.
You want to know what I did in Florida?
Yeah, what?
So the day that we did the yacht party.
Oh yeah.
I actually did send it during the day. Like I was like,
your
let's
pics,
go.
you sent me a few pics that were hilarious. Selfies. You texted me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We sent two selfie photos back.
I must have grayed there because I don't remember. We were also just kind of like being funny and you like this person doesn't care.
I know we were laughing and we said like, I was like, you were like this or
I sent screenshot the Slack. I go, I'm drunk right now, but I'm pretty sure this needs attention.
Oh, and then I go, yep, hold on, I'll get to it once I'm home. I was at work too. It was hilarious. I was like, damn it, I'm so jealous. You have the day off and you're just having a freaking ripper.
Oh God.
And I'm working.
Here's what I did at Florida. So I did send it during the day on the boat, but then we brought lunch. And what happens to me is if I eat lunch, I kind of sober up and then I'm like, I literally can't. I was full from my sandwich. I'm like, I can't drink anymore. And then we went home, we took a nap.
I still can't believe you got up after that.
And we went out to dinner and I did get a drink at dinner. And then the rest of the night we went out. I literally kept going up to the bar and ordering water with lime.
No, and you're so smart.
I don't think anyone knew. Someone got me a lemon drop shot and I literally poured it into my water and like kind of sipped on the water, put that down, got a new water with lime. And
you can throw it over your shoulder too. I do that all the time.
I was hydrating all night, getting down the dance floor. I woke up not hung. I wasn't hungover once during that whole bender of a trip.
That's so lucky.
Because I love faking a good alcohol
Well, it's okay to fake. And honestly, here's what you have to get over is the people that are like, come on, have a little fun, let loose. Who the hell wants to be that? I'm sorry. No. Excuse me.
They wish.
Trust me, I let loose and I still have a great time and I don't have a migraine every day of my life or I'm not throwing up in the toilet the next day. Like, don't listen to the peer pressure. It's annoying. First of all. Second of all, no one should be peer pressuring. We are adults. A lot of you listening are like 23 to 28.
It's like their insecurities.
It's their insecurities. They want you to be fucked up with them. They want you to be on their level. Don't go to that level. And sometimes on my birthday, like my sister was like, I want you to be drunk. And I'm like, I do too, which is I am though, but people can't tell, which actually I prefer to have it that way. Like people are like, you were drunk? I'm like, I was hammered. What are you talking about? And they're like, I'm like, apparently I act the same or just a little bit unhinged version of me, which I'm like, okay, that's great. I'll stay there.
I have a friend that she gets like blacked out, but her words are perfectly enunciated and everything. But the only thing that she does is she like switch words around.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So she'll be like, I have a friend like that.
Yeah, so she'll just like switch the order, almost like dyslexic talking.
Yes.
And it sounds perfect. And
you're like, wait,
what? Are you drunk or are you like on something else?
You're like, what's going on, honey?
One time I faked doing cocaine because everyone was peer pressuring me and I didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm already so anxious and high energy. Like I don't need any more.
No.
So I was like, no. So I faked that before too.
How did you fake that? Can I ask?
Yeah. I mean, I just put my nose down and like pretended to like suck it up and like wiped it off.
Wait.
And like, no, it was dark. No one was really
smart.
watching. Like, I'm like, there you go.
That's smart though.
I was like, I'm not fucking doing this shit. No one would like let it go. So I'm like, okay, fine. And I fucking just wiped it off. I didn't even try that hard to fake it. Like,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm like, here you go. And stupid shit.
It's so much more apparent, like partying. And here's something that I learned from my mom. I remember when I was like, Jordan's kind of low key. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. And she's like, do you want the party animal at the bar? Is that who you want?
Yeah.
And I go, no. And she goes, there you go. There's your answer. So just reevaluate, like also who you want to be with and who you want to be. Like, do I get down with my girlfriends? Absolutely. Will I stay out till 2, 3, 4 on like a trip?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Oh. I will. Vegas, I was a little too but truly what's changed for me is like, I absolutely love like 2 to 3 like cocktails. I've got either a ride home or Jordan's coming to pick me up because I love him. He's like literally the best. And you're dressed up with your girlfriends and you're at like a fun dinner and you're chewing on like really obnoxiously on like chips and guac. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, Maconda or like somewhere like that. And you can just kind of like casually move to the dance floor. You guys are like tipsy, you get a little tingly. Yeah. And the night ends and it's like 11 p.m. and you're at home and you chug a water. Maybe you make a quesadilla with a little green Tabasco because I do. And then you go to bed and you wake up and you feel like $1 million. That's like my dream. I love that.
I'm close to that, but I'm still like, it's not worth it to me to stay up past my bedtime because it fucks my sleep schedule up.
I get it.
So I've literally like, if I'm in Minnesota and I'm not on vacation with people, I'm like, I will day drink. Like if you invite me to something during the day, I will go. But I haven't gone out to the bars in a long time because I hate sleeping in and ruining my next day. And I feel like I just waste time. So I don't know. I'm a day drinker now. And that's why it was so hard over this vacation because I was like, okay, I'm so used to just keeping my boundaries, but I'm like, I gotta like add a little flexibility here and there. So I like force myself to do it a little bit, but yeah, like find a balance for sure.
You have to have balance. I don't know. I'm thinking of me like standing in line at the Loop. It's this bar downtown in Minneapolis where we live. And it's like, oh God, like I remember being there and being so buzzed and you get in there at like 11:30 and you go right to the bar for like this terrible rail drink that you spent $15 on. And any drink after 11 is not going to sit well with you, period. You also can't sleep after. I don't know. I sound like such a Debbie Downer, but
I don't like it anymore.
I don't like it. And I don't like to feel like shit.
Yeah.
It's not worth it for me to ruin a whole day of my weekend. I like working out. It makes me happy. So even if I just get up and I go on a power walk or I get to lift, that is a part of my happiness weekend routine. So I can have drinks until like 8:30 p.m. and then I'm fucking outie. Like I'm out.
Part of me is even like, so the night that everyone, when I was on the trip they literally got hammered and they came home and I ended up going to bed early. I couldn't sleep in. So I went for like a walk and I found this little gym and I quick did like a little arm circuit.
Oh, cute.
And like I got coffee and I did all these things and then they woke up, and I was just like, I would much rather do this.
I know.
And I don't want to be like the downer, but a part of me is almost like, do I have to tell people I'm sober so I don't feel pressured into doing these things? Because I literally hate it. Like I hate drinking.
Don't drink then.
Don't
fucking do it.
Unless it's during the day and sometimes I want to. But I want to be able to say no and not feel guilty about it. Well, and usually I can, but it's on these like trips with like friends in college, especially your college friends. Like these are the people you blacked out with, when we're on the dance floors. So how do you be sober curious without I don't want to like cut out alcohol altogether.
No, you don't need to.
I also just want to say, no, I'm not fucking drinking today.
I would say I'm not drinking today. And if anybody harps on you, let them harp on you in the moment and then have a conversation after and just say, hey, when you pressure me to drink or make me feel like I'm stupid or dumb or not fun for not drinking, it makes me not want to be here. And it definitely makes me not want to be your friend. It makes me uncomfortable. That's annoying.
Well, it's funny because none of those girls
stand your freaking ground.
None of those girls would would ever be like, oh my God, why aren't you drinking? But it's like the pressure I put on myself and the pressure you put on yourself in society because everyone's doing it.
You're already fun.
Everyone's at Gray's and everyone's going to the North Loop and everyone's at Smack Shack drinking and having a good time. And it's like the pressure you put on yourself to be like up to those standards. And I think I'm not the only one that feels that way, you know? So it's like, how do you, I'm just kind of having the conversation about this point, but
I know
it's just like kind of, it's why is society so revolved around drinking? You go to a friend's house. It's here we go. We have wine. We go to my boyfriend's parents' house on Sunday. Everyone has a cocktail. And I'm like, why do we always have to be drinking?
So engraved in society. And I don't really know or understand why. And I don't get me wrong. I love a glass of wine. I love a cocktail out. But I refuse to drink rail like anymore. Like I don't, which actually takes away a lot of bars that I go to. And it's not me being like, oh, I don't drink that. I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah.
Why would I drink something that tastes like shit and makes me feel like shit? I'm not going to drink it, period. Like I don't need to do that anymore, you know? And I think part of it too is finding a partner and then that like matches your energy in that. 'Cause some people love to party and they'll love to party forever. Jordan and I, not big party animals.
Yeah.
When we turn it on though, we have fun, but being okay with not being the funnest person in that room anymore.
Or the drunkest.
Or the drunkest. Like
I can still be
that anymore.
I can still be the fucking funnest without being the drunkest.
I was going to say, well, and I'm still a fucking peach to go out with, but I just don't care anymore. I'm like, I don't care. You bought me a shot. I'm not having it, period. Oh, sorry. You're mad at me. Well, guess what? Give it to a different friend. Yeah. Cause I'm not going to have it.
Throw it over your shoulder. And what's cool is, I do have a lot of friends that actually are sober. I've actually dated someone that was sober and I enjoyed, and Pat is almost sober. Like he has a drink maybe once a year.
I know he is so funny.
He just like doesn't drink. So I do think addiction eventually and why people are sober now, sobriety, I think that would be a really cool topic in the future because we know
we have someone coming on.
Yes. And we know not everyone can find the balance and just be like, okay, well, how do you stop after 5 drinks? We know people have, drug addiction and alcohol addiction and food addiction. But I think talking about sobriety in that light and how this plays into society's like pressures of drinking at every single event and how corporate America probably makes so much fucking money off of you because of drinking.
It's poison.
That's a whole other conversation that I'm excited to have because we will have someone on to talk more about that.
Andy.
So
Andy from Jordan, my boyfriend's podcast, actually. Yeah. He's had a very interesting story in all of this. It's more about what he is now and what he does now versus what happened, but you'll get to hear the whole thing. It's going to be pretty amazing. So I'm very excited for that. Also, not guilting you and not putting you down if you drink and you have fun. I definitely do drink. I'm not saying I don't, but just like listen to the reasons why. I had an interesting conversation with my therapist. I can't remember if I shared this, but I'll just share it briefly because it relates to why I think I don't like being out of control, which means like getting too drunk. I've just had some bad things happen to me. Like I was attacked. I've had some sexual assault things happen, not to like be the Debbie Downer of the group, but I don't like to feel out of control because it brings me back to a place of discomfort and out of control that I felt when I was in those situations. And she brought it to my attention. She's like, you're likely acting out of a subconscious memory, of like, what the fuck happened? Like, respect yourself enough and your body enough to be like, oh shit, I don't really feel good when I do all that. I'm not going to do that. Yep. So anyway, that was just really interesting. So if you're feeling like that, I just thought that was interesting to think about and like be like, oh, why is it that I don't like to be that drunk? Or why is it that I don't really care for those situations? Probably because I don't like them how I feel.
I love.
Anyway.
Well, kind of on a different note, people that have gotten out of control and are out of control. We do have some stories because we have all been there.
Oh my God.
Like in college, y'all, we were definitely out of control.
There's
we're just getting old.
It is funny stories to look back on.
We're getting fucking old. Okay. Live with it.
I'm crusty.
Maybe you're growing with us. Maybe you still want to go out. And I will say when I was single, I definitely went out more. I do think having a relationship does change a little bit with that. You'd much rather stay in and like watch a movie, whatever.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of these drunk candy confessionals.
I'm excited for these.
First one, we're just going to alternate. Okay. I recently woke up to find I had messaged 4 guys I know to tell them that I was interested in seriously getting to know them more. Cause # I wanted options. Unfortunately, I started a group chat for this purpose with all 4 guys and me.
Oh my God.
Love.
I've heard, can I just say something? One of
Yeah.
my friends sent like a spicy selfie and she sent it in a Snap group chat versus singular people.
Dead.
And they all left the group chat. Okay. My girlfriend has scars on the back of her hands from rubbing them on cement until they bled, trying to make cement angels in a Walgreens parking lot.
No.
Ouch. Ow.
A guy at my dad's college was really drunk at the library and wanted to impress this girl he liked. So he took a nosedive down a laundry chute. It wasn't a laundry chute.
What was it?
No idea.
Oh my God, the book drop. The book drop off, I bet.
Or like a,
Or who knows?
like a trash compressor.
Oh my, okay,
What if they-
scary.
Or like, what if they die?
Oh my God, don't say that. Okay. One time I was hooking up with this guy after a night out at the bars. I didn't really like him, just wanted to spice things up. Around 4 a.m., I woke very hungry, so decided to go to the kitchen and make some mac and cheese. I realized that I had no longer wanted to be at the house. So I left the middle of the night with his pot, mac and cheese, and walked back to my house in the early morning, living my best life. I still have the kitchen pot to this day and only make mac and cheese in it.
Oh my God.
That's relatable too.
It's so relatable, especially with like, if you ever did like,
I don't
you
know.
had like
do
a
your
little
thing.
friends with benefits situation. You like steal their clothes every now and then. And
I
then
took
like,
a hoodie
I
or two for
still
sure.
have male boxers that I wear to bed. And Pat's like, where'd you get those? I'm like, I don't know.
The store. I know I have a hoodie like that. And I'm
No
like,
idea.
I don't remember where this is from.
I'm debating sharing this next one. I think I'm going to.
Oh, wow. She's
A listener, this one was, she wrote this into our little Candid Confessions.
Okay.
Link in bio, by the way. If you have a confession you want to get off your chest, link is in our bio.
We also have a recorded one. So you can literally
Is it
record.
linked?
Yeah, it's linked. You can literally like record yourself talking about it. We'll keep it anonymous as always. So don't worry about that. But you just press record and it sends right to us.
And if you do it that way, your voice would be featured, not only your words.
And I
So
doubt
cool.
people will know who it is. So
Yeah.
don't be worried.
Cool. Okay, last one. One night when I was partying at my house with some friends, we decided, per usual, it would be fun to go out to the neighborhood bars. We had a few pregame drinkies, then grabbed an Uber and went. We get to the first bar and I was overstimulated and needed a moment. I told my boyfriend at the time and my friends I was gonna just go outside and try to come back in a couple minutes. So then I get outside and I had this great idea to stop at the neighborhood bar next door, to which I had been to hundreds of times. And I look inside the window and it's dark. So I obviously try the door and it opens. I welcome myself inside, and after being a server at the time for years, I help myself to a glass of wine at the bar.
Oh, Jesus.
OMG, who am I? No, it gets better. I sit there, drink my wine at the bar in the low security lighting, and then I leave $5 on the counter because no one's come up to me yet, and I exit. I was probably there for 20 minutes sitting and hanging alone, having a great time. Then I leave the bar and I walk back to the bar next door to meet my friends and my boyfriend. They were all worried and super confused as to where I went. My boyfriend at the time was ready to head home, so we walked to his Uber, and as we get on the road, we see all flashing police lights outside the bar I had wine in. Little did I know the security system signaled the police and I had just committed a crime. My boyfriend was like, I wonder what that's all about. And I replied, yeah, I wonder.
Oh my God.
I didn't go back to that bar for over 2 years because I was scared I would be recognized. And I didn't tell my group of friends or boyfriend for at least 6 months after that night.
That is comedy.
Just casually sipping her glass of wine.
When opens the door, sits down, pours herself a glass, is sitting alone. Can you imagine in the dark, just like sitting there at the bar
But
top?
also kind of the bar's fault for not closing
Locking their door.
They
I don't
locked the
understand.
door.
That would never happen.
So
Because
maybe someone was in there still like locking up and they are just closed down or something.
I don't think so, because they would have just been closed for the night. So no one would
funny.
have been there. That's freaking hilarious.
I
though.
love that. Thanks for writing it in, guys.
There's always, you guys, I remember, I was really drunk. And I remember I thought it was like this on again, off again boyfriend. We were trying to work it out. And I saw him in the window at, if for people in Minnesota, like Black Sheep Pizza. And I remember I was like looking at him through the window and I was like, are you fucking serious? He's with a girl in there. Little did I know there was a group that was ordering and they were coming to sit down. So I'm like, he's on a date. So I storm in there and I literally go like, I'm like, fuck you. We're over. This is done. The people
Sid.
came and were standing behind me yelling. I look at them. I realize I'm way too drunk. I turn and turn to walk out. My purse catches on the stair railing and I trip and I fall and I bruise the crap out of my elbow and my knee. And I get up and I just walked right out. And then I sat in the windowsill because it was the only place to sit so they could see me still.
Just crying, bloody.
I'm like so uncomfortable thinking about this story. I'm like,
but you caught him?
He wasn't doing anything. There were people coming to sit down. Oh. It was just his friend. It was just his friend.
Well, and were you dating?
No.
Yeah. that's the kicker.
We were trying to make it work.
That's the kicker.
That's
Sid.
the one right
That's
there.
The one right there.
This was what, a month ago? No, I'm kidding, you guys. Jordan and I have been dating. I almost said married. Dating for 3 years.
You've been married for 3 years.
We've been married for 3 years.
Done. All right. What a fun little epi.
That was so fun. I like the playfulness of that.
Yeah,
that was really
great.
a good
I feel like we had
episode.
some tips in there. Hope you guys liked it. Next week we have our girl. No,
wait. No, it would be Spensois.
Let me see.
It'd be Spensois next week. I'm pretty sure. Just double check.
Love, money, party.
Hey,
party and nothing but party when a party every day. Yeah, Spensois coming
so
on next
good.
week.
You
Get
guys,
excited.
this episode is really good. So you're going to like it a lot.
You're gonna like it.
As always, follow us at Straight Candid Podcast. Submit your freaking reviews, please. We love you, but like get on it. I'm talking on all platforms. Also, if you could you go subscribe on YouTube? That would be amazing.
And please consider writing in a Candid confession if you want this shit to keep rolling. You want the good content. Either write it in or you can record your voice linked in bio. And you can follow me at Candid Soph.
I'm at Candid Sid. Remember to always, what the fuck was I about to say?
Think order our merch.
Order our merch. That's what I was gonna say something about that. Order our merch because it's out and it's live for you and it's amazing and we love it. So hand designed by ours truly and Curtis, our amazing designer friend.
All right, you guys. Chat soon.
Bye. No idea what I was about to say.
And remember,
always
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And remember that I don't remember.
I think I put a little too much pressure on myself.